here. How to improve your business with rezStream Cloud, presented by me, Josh Wise. My role here at rezStream is I am the Vice President of Customer Success. So what exactly does that mean? So my job here is to ensure that our clients are successful, take good care of them, understand their needs, their pains, their challenges, communicate what it is that they need in tools to run and operate your lodging business, your properties, and make sure that I pass that along to the developers and the programmers and make sure that we continue to progress for your benefit. If you guys have any issues hearing, please feel free to use the chat feature. Also within the GoToWebinar system, you have the ability to ask questions. So I'll try and integrate any questions that come through as we progress. If not, I'll try and touch on those at the end. And if for whatever reason we don't have time or I don't do that, then we'll follow up personally with you to get some answers. So for those of you that are not aware, what is rezStream Cloud exactly? rezStream Cloud is a package of tools, if you will, reservation software, operational software to help you manage your business day to day. Everything from your inventory availability, processing payments, running reports, communicating with your guests and internal staff. That cloud solution also offers an online booking engine that sits on your website so your guests can book directly with you. Connection to OTAs as well as customer service. So that is what rezStream Cloud is, and we're going to kind of go through how this solution improves your business today. So why are you here? Why exactly are you here? Why are you spending your time with me today? So what's in it for you? We're going to go over and cover these three main topic points, if you will. So how are we going to improve your business with rezStream Cloud? Well, we do that in three ways. We help you increase revenue, so we'll touch on that. We help you reduce costs or help you save money for your business, your property through tools. And we help simplify lodging for you, right? So we're going to be walking through how the reservation software and online booking engine can increase revenue while save you money and help make your life easier and more efficient. And I think those are the three things that we constantly hear from small independent lodging properties that they need assistance with as they're progressing through their business. And as we all know, you guys wear multiple hats out there. So the more help at an affordable price, the better, right? Okay, a little something to share with you guys. Happy birthday here. So what exactly does that mean? The rezStream Cloud solution launched last October. So this month, in essence, we're turning 1 year old. So you'll be happy to know that we're walking, talking, and we're absolutely potty trained. So we've been able to successfully onboard over 140 small independent lodging properties in the last 12 months. Now, that's obviously exciting for us, but that doesn't really mean much to you. You guys probably don't care about that. But here's a couple of reasons of why that's important for you guys taking a look at this particular solution, whether it's now or in the future, and how it impacts the industry. What being able to onboard 140 properties means, it means that we validated this cloud solution for the lodging industry. So the years of research and development and A/B testing with actual live lodging properties and being able to successfully launch a product for the independent lodging industry, it gives you guys as property operators, innkeepers, more options within the industry, and having more options is always a good thing for you as a consumer. Furthermore, we've enhanced our solution based on feedback from those 140 plus properties. So one of the things as a customer success manager that I am ecstatic about and I love waking up and coming into work because of is that we never just set it and forget it. We constantly are polling for feedback, sending out surveys, using our online community to hear directly from the clients using our solution how it can get better, how it can improve, how we can make their lives easier. And we've made a handful of adjustments over the last year that have really impacted the simplicity and efficiency of this platform. So I think for you, although we're turning 1 year old and it's exciting for us, yay for us, what's exciting for you guys is there's another option. We've validated that this solution is working and is successfully onboarded with 140 properties, and we're constantly making adjustments based on our clients' feedback. So I think that's a powerful thing that not a lot of vendors do that well. So, okay, what is our mission here at rezStream? What is our mission? It's to simplify logic. Simply put, it's to make your lives easier. The founders of rezStream created this company because they grew up in Estes Park. Their family operated a small independent lodging property, and they did not have the resources and manpower. They did not have the funding like these large chain hotels do. So we created rezStream as a one-stop shop to assist you with your operational software, drive bookings directly to you, utilize third-party channels to increase your visibility, provide website services and internet marketing. Okay. Now, one of the things that we do around here is we're very big on education. We work with thousands of properties across the country and have for over a decade. So we take those experiences and what works and what doesn't work for other properties, and we try and share that education with everyone else. So you can visit our blog, you can opt into our newsletter, you can download our definitive guides. And we're not saying, hey, in order to get this stuff, you got to buy things from us. That's not how we work. We try and share the education to help you be better at running your property, and we hope that through that education and that knowledge and that experience, if you do end up buying tools or websites or marketing or things like that, you'll at least consider us. All we ask is to be considered. So by doing all of those things that I've just mentioned, we're trying to simplify lodging for you. You guys work all day, every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Most of you that I speak to don't even take vacations, which is crazy. And so we're trying to help you, and you guys wear multiple hats. So that's what our mission is, to simplify lodging for you. Okay. So what do properties think about rezStream Cloud? So don't just take my word for it. I obviously work here, so I could have a biased opinion. But here's what some of our clients have said. And I think this is worth you guys hearing from your peers. So Sarah at Wellcove said, I've been busy training 2 new part-time front desk employees. The training is 100% easier now that we've switched to the cloud. So as part of our focus, it was on the usability and the ease of use. So whether you've been in the industry for 3 decades, you're in it for the first time, or somewhere in between, it does not matter. We feel that this solution is so easy to use and easy to train other people, you can pick it up on the fly, and Sarah would attest to that. Scott at Home Hotel said, I want to compliment you on your dashboard that provides an excellent user experience. It's practical from an operations perspective. He referenced it as a dashboard on steroids. That should be the norm for all PMSs. So it's phenomenal to hear that we do the research, we get the feedback, we implement it, and people are using it and loving it. You know, kudos to the programming team here at rezStream. And then the last one here, Daniel from Golden Anchor Cabin says, we increased sales 25% in the first year after implementing the cloud over our previous locally installed version. The new version is easier to use, easy to access, more powerful, and these improvements have made their way to the bottom line. Very, very proud of this feedback, and I wanted to share that with you guys. This little screenshot I took down here, what this is our last 12 months customer success satisfaction rating. So we have a ticketing system, and for the 6,000 tickets we did last year, all of our clients get to rate those tickets if they're satisfied or not, down to the individual support rep level, and we have a 98% satisfaction guarantee. The reason why I wanted to share that, as a consumer myself, whether it's my trash pickup, lawn services if I use it, my TV, my internet, whatever it is, for some reason in today's day and age, that sense of customer service goes away. If I go to the store, my wife and I are often amazed when people don't even greet us, say thank you, things of that nature. So I think by focusing on world-class customer service, that's a differentiator of rezStream that I'm proud to share with you guys. So if you ever consider that, please keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, now back to what's in it for you guys. Let's talk a little bit about revenue and how rezStream Cloud can help your business increase revenue, okay? I've got 3 different revenue driver buckets of how to drive revenue: offline, online, and third party. So let's go through these a little bit. So as it relates to offline revenue, there is a feature in rezStream Cloud known as yield management that allows you the ability to automatically adjust your rates, okay? Now, some of you are familiar with this, some of you have heard about this, experienced it, some of you don't want any part of it or aren't familiar with it. So let me talk a little bit about yield management. It's notorious in the chain hotels, and it's used widely by the airlines, and it is the adjusting of your rates automatically based on supply and demand. No property is too small to utilize yield management, and what a lot of properties I talk to say to me is, Josh, I don't want to change my rates because I don't want to alienate my existing customers, my repeat guests that have been coming here for years. Guys, those are the exact people that understand the value of your property and the prices that you charge, okay? And if you have high demand with low supply, raising your rates is a common practice, and same thing vice versa. Midweek, shoulder season, off season, if supply is high and demand is low, then you lower your rates. And this is how the big chain hotels end up increasing revenue each year. It's not because they raise their rates 5% across the board and set it and forget it. It's because they take advantage of the times in peak seasons, when there's an event going on, when it's a holiday that maybe you're busy for, when there's a show in town or a sporting event or something that people come for, right? That's when they're taking advantage of those rates and not leaving any money on the table. So that's a very important feature. Now, the chain hotels, they have revenue managers. They hire a resource that does nothing but change their rates in all of their different channels, phone calls, online direct bookings, or OTA channels. Well, as small properties, you guys don't have those resources or the funding to do so. So we built an automated feature around yield management. So you can go in and set the variables on those things and have it automatically adjust while you guys are doing what you do best, and that's servicing your guests, right? So something to think about, okay? A way to increase revenue, guys. Offering package and or point of sale items. I'm continually shocked at the properties that don't do this. They think that they don't have anything to offer. They're not sure what to offer. It seems too time intensive. This is a great way to increase your average order size for those people coming and looking for an experience. When people book at your property, they want an experience, right? They're coming because of a local attraction or event or something to do. The majority of your guests do not stay in the room 24 hours a day, 7 days a week during their stay, right? So think about what it is that they're doing, why they're coming, and what's of interest to them, and come up with packages or items that they would buy to enhance that experience. And what I often tell people that are worried about the time that it could take, I say buy things that are non-perishable. What about a hiking package where you've got granola bars and bottles of waters and sunscreen and Band-Aids, right? That's a hiking package. What about a romance package that maybe doesn't include flowers, so that way you don't have to worry about ordering them from the local flower shop? It could be champagne with little flutes of champagne. It could be prepackaged rose petals maybe. If that's too intrusive, then maybe it's bath salts and things of that nature, candles and stuff, right? So there are ways to take advantage of people who are looking for a wonderful experience and use that to increase your average transactional order, right? That's a great way to get more revenue without actually adjusting your prices if you're very price conscious, okay? Okay, what about automating emails pre-arrival, right? So our solution, rezStream Cloud, has the ability to automate these emails, okay? So I had a conversation with a property last week, and he says, man, you know, my staff, I make them make phone calls about a week in advance to our guest's arrival. And I said, okay, what are you doing on those phone calls? And he said, well, they're reminding them, they're making sure they have directions, they're making sure they know how to get here, they're making sure they know the dates, because some of these people book way in advance, and then they're offering them different things, whether it's packages, whether it's a room upgrade because they've got some availability. Well, I said, you know, why don't you automate these things through emails? You can schedule when the emails go out, how far in advance to arrival. You can control the messaging within those emails. You can control the calls to action or the desired action you want that guest to take, whether it's going to your booking engine and upgrading things, whether it's calling and speaking to you directly. So don't miss an opportunity with someone that's already interested in coming, that's already committed to coming, and saying, hey, to make your stay better, what about this package, or what about this item, or what about upgrading to this room, we have availability. Or even, hey, the night after your stay is available, would you like to book that additional night at a discounted fee? So these are ways that you can automate to drive additional revenue, guys. So these are things, if you're not doing, you need to start taking advantage of, and these things can be automated for you, so that way you don't have one more task to do on your already too long of a task list. The next thing that needs to be considered if you guys aren't doing this to drive revenue that is offline is offering every guest that comes in and out of your property gift certificates. If they have a great experience, if they continue to come back, or whether it's their first time there or not, they want to share that experience with their loved ones, their friends, and their family, right? Everyone buys gifts for people, right? I know me personally, I've got my family, my wife's family, my friends, we do all these things, and I'm constantly looking for creative ideas. Well, if my wife and I go stay at a wonderful property and I want my friends and family to share in that experience, if I don't know a property offers gift certificates, then I'm not even going to think about that, right? So whether it's at check-in, whether it's at checkout, whether it's a simple card in the room that mentions it, people love to share wonderful experiences because those experiences make lifelong lasting memories. So if you're not promoting your gift certificates for everyone that walks in the door, shame on you, let's start doing this to drive additional revenue. If you don't offer gift certificates at all, try it. Don't just rule it out. Don't assume that your client base will not be interested. You will be very surprised how many people are willing to buy gift certificates, and it doesn't just have to be a holiday thing around Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving and things like that. People are looking for gifts year-round, birthdays and other events, okay? Okay, moving on to revenue drivers for online. Our online booking engine solution offers multiple booking engine calendars. Okay, why does that matter to you? Why do you care? The reason why you need to care is because your guests care. You have guests coming to stay at your property, and if you're like most properties, they range from, call it 21 years of age all the way up into their 70s, right? There's different levels of technology experience that they feel comfortable with. By offering multiple different booking engine calendars, whether it's a 2-week calendar, a 2-month calendar, an individual unit calendar, we're giving people the flexibility to interact on your website with your direct booking engine that makes them feel comfortable. We see conversion rates higher between 12 and 18% by offering multiple different versions of calendars. So don't assume that what you like in a booking engine calendar is the same thing that your guests would like. Your booking engine should provide multiple different calendars, and we happen to do that with rezStream Cloud. Very powerful, okay? Mobile booking engine. The majority of you have a mobile booking engine or a mobile-friendly booking engine. If you do not, we're behind the curve, okay? If you look at statistics around the search engines, Google and Yahoo and Bing, their search volume and the devices that their users are using is growing astronomically with these mobile devices. Very rarely do I ever run across a person, including my grandparents, that do not have a mobile device. These people are searching for your properties. They're finding you. They're interacting with your websites, and they're making online purchase decisions or online reservations through these mobile devices. So you need to ensure that your booking engine is mobile friendly, okay? Similar to offering packages and point-of-sale items offline, you should also be doing this online. The same principles apply, guys. They want to enhance their experience when they're booking. If they're coming for a specific reason, an activity, an event, romance, anniversary, whatever, let's enhance that and let's offer that directly through the booking engine. The most amazing part about doing that online is you don't actually have to speak to them, right? Some people are a little concerned by that because they feel like they're the best person to explain those offerings. However, guys, people in today's day and age, their attention spans are shorter, they are less engaged, more of them are introverted and less outgoing, and so they like to be able to book that stuff online, read about it, see pictures about it, make decisions without picking up the phone and talking to anyone. So let's not prevent them from being able to take advantage of those things. Same with online gift certificates. Not only offering them offline to everyone that comes in, it needs to be on your website. It needs to be its own banner. It needs to have its own link to where people can purchase these things online without having to speak to you, okay? Very important. Now, this next thing I want to talk about, cart abandonment. I want you to think about this. You probably all have experienced this in some form or another. Let me give you an example. A retail online store. Okay, think of it as, have you ever bought clothes online? Have you ever bought shoes online? When you put those items into a shopping cart and you leave that shopping cart, you get an email that says, hey, come back. Hey, come back and buy those shoes. Come back and buy that purse. Come back and buy that shirt or that golf club or whatever it is, right? So we have the ability to offer a similar solution with our online booking engine for lodging businesses. So as an example, guests find you online, they navigate your website, they like your product offering and your pricing, they get into your booking engine, they pick their unit, add any additional items, packages, what have you, and they get to the final step where they start filling out their contact information. They give you their email address, but something interrupts them. Their boss at work, their kids at home, life in general, and they abort that booking process. Well, we offer a couple different things to recapture them. If they enter in their email address, you can set up a series of emails where you control the look and the feel and the messaging, as well as any promotional offerings. Hey, I see that you almost booked with us online. We sure would love to have you come experience our property. Why don't you go enter promo code 1234 for a 10% discount, which expires here in the next couple of days, and we'd love to have you, right? So you can control that messaging, and it's a way to say, hey, you almost took that action. We know you want to, but life got in the way. Now come back to us. The other thing that we offer here is what's called OptIn, where let's say they navigate to your booking engine, but for whatever reason, they abort your booking engine, or they're about to close out your booking engine because, again, some factor or life in general got in the way. We have the ability to have a pop-up show up with some type of messaging or promotion saying, hey, before you think about leaving, if you book right now, we'll give you X% off. So a way to take that person that showed a desired interest to book online, that life got in the way and is about to exit, we can pop up some type of promotion or incentive or messaging saying, hey, please reconsider, continue on with the action. These are monumental in changing conversion rates with an online booking engine, and it's widely used in the retail marketplace, and statistics show higher conversion rates when using these types of tools. Now, some of you have experiencing these things where it's really annoying, it pisses you off, and stuff's popping up and you absolutely hate it, okay? I agree, I've been there. But it can be done in a non-intrusive manner that is friendly with an incentive to the person that is looking to take that desired action, and these things work, guys. We offer these within our booking engine platform, okay? So if that's something that's of interest to you, let's talk about it. Okay, moving on. Other revenue drivers, how to drive revenue, third-party revenue drivers that you are either using or should be considering for your business, okay? Our cloud solution offers a direct connection to booking.com, okay? What does that mean? That means that if you're using Booking.com, like a lot of you are, we connect directly to them. So you pay them your fees, and we have minuscule fees to use that connection. Okay, it's rolled into our monthly pricing, which I'll talk about here in a minute. Unlike other vendors, we do not charge you a per booking fee, a transactional fee, a percentage fee of that reservation. We're not trying to ding you. We're not trying to nickel and dime you. Okay, we're trying to empower you to drive additional revenue that makes you want to use our products and services. Other ways to drive revenue: TripAdvisor, Trip Connect. Almost every single property I've ever spoken to is on TripAdvisor. It's a review site. Statistics show that people are looking at reviews before making online reservations or booking at a property. So by using Trip Connect's platform through TripAdvisor, it's an additional way to drive direct bookings to you without having to rely on OTAs or as much on OTAs for those of you that use them. So if you're not familiar with TripAdvisor, Trip Connect, do some research. We've got several blog articles on it as well as webinars for you to learn how that can benefit your property specifically and drive additional revenue for you, okay? The other thing that's being offered through rezStream Cloud here is a channel manager, okay? It's the ability to connect to other OTA channels outside of Booking.com, which we offer direct. We use a third-party channel manager for that known as MyAllocator. We're currently finalizing that process and going through testing, so it'll be launched to the masses here in the next month or so, and that will allow you to connect to those OTAs that you work with now or that you want to work with, and you can manage all of those channels through one source, which is the rezStream Cloud PMS. So instead of having to log into Booking.com and Expedia and Travelocity and blah, 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 all of that stuff can be managed through one central application, which is rezStream Cloud. So obviously you have to have the connections with those people. You have to set up your inventory at those people. But from that point, all of your availability, your rates, all of that stuff gets managed with rezStream Cloud. So for those of you using it, here's a way that it integrates. For those of you not using any OTA channels, maybe something that you want to consider if you're looking for additional revenue drivers. And again, all of these things, whether offline, whether online, or third party, are offered through this rezStream Cloud suite of solutions. Okay, poll question. So this is interactive, right? So I'm looking for some feedback. So I'm going to push out a poll to you here, and I'm curious to know. So let me launch this here in a second. You should see it. So basically the question is are you currently paying too much for your reservation system? So what are you using? Are you using Reservation Think, Reservation, ResNexus, SuperEns, Inroad? Who are you using? There's a bunch of different vendors out there. Are you currently paying too much? So if you would kindly answer that question, yes, I think I am, no, I don't think I am, I'm good, or I'm not really sure. I would appreciate that, as this is a segue into the next section here. So I'll give you guys about another 10 seconds to go ahead and fill that out, and no one can see your answers, no one's judging you, I don't know who's picking what, but I would like to share that with everybody. Okay, about 5 more seconds, guys. Okay. I'm going to close this down. I'm going to share these results. And what you should see here is 23% of you said, yes, I am paying too much. I know it. I've maybe shopped around, or it just doesn't feel right to me. 15% of you are saying, no, I'm not paying too much. I'm good where I'm at. Thank you for asking. And 62% of you said, I'm not sure. Okay. As consumers, guys, and I don't have a property. I work for someone that supports them. But as a consumer, whether it's my interest rate on my mortgage, whether it's the same thing for my car, whether it's my ridiculous cell phone bill for my family or my TV package or whatever, as a consumer, it behooves me to shop around every once in a while. It behooves me to go back to my vendor and say, hey, is this the best that you can do? All of you guys should be doing that. If you're not, it should not be a set it and forget it type thing. Let's push the envelope. Let's look and see what our options there. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean that you just automatically go with the guy that's the cheapest price, right? That's not how that works. So you need to be intelligent about your vendors and your pricing. So let's talk a little bit about this, okay? How is rezStream Cloud reducing your fees? How are we doing that? I think it's an important conversation for us to have. What we do is we have a bundled monthly fee, okay? History, as it relates to the history of all PMS vendors, people used to sell their solution at a one-time cost to own, right? Because back in the day, it was a locally installed software that you installed. So you paid a one-time fee, maybe you paid some setup fees, and back then, all of us PMS vendors used to nickel and dime people. And what I mean by that is we charge you separate for the booking engine, we charge you commissions for the booking engine, I know you guys remember that. We charge you separately for OTA or GDS connections, we charge you separately for support or for after-hour support, nights and weekends. We charge you separately for gift certificates, additional users, credit card processing, et cetera, right? Well, as we've all migrated to the cloud or offering what they call in the industry a SaaS solution, software as a service, we now have all come to this model where we charge you a monthly fee. Well, what I've found in researching other vendors is they're still nickel and diming you for things. Whether they're charging you 3% for your OTA connections to Booking.com or Expedia, whether they're charging you for additional users on the system, the monthly fee only includes 2 users, and if you want an additional two, we're going to charge you another $10 or $20. They're still charging for gift certificates. They're charging for after hours, nights and weekends and support, okay? So what we wanted to do that's different, not only create a solution that helps you increase revenue, we also, in polling and surveying lodging properties, small independent properties of 50 rooms or less, they said we also need to drive down costs. Everyone keeps raising their costs. We have to pay OTAs, we have to pay for marketing, we have to pay for staff. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to drive down that cost. So hopefully what this picture shows you is we're taking all of these things and we're dropping it in the bucket and we're having a one low monthly bundled fee. So whether it's your reservation software, your online booking engine, your mobile solution, unlimited bookings, that's all included in the monthly fee. We're taking 24/7 support. We offer nights and weekend support at no additional charge because you are open on nights and weekends, whereas back in the day, everyone used to charge you extra to call on nights and weekends when that was the busy time that you needed them most, right? Unlimited users we allow for our bundled monthly fee. Unlimited gift certificates we offer. Our channel manager fees, all those OTAs, yes, you still pay them separately, but we have one bundled price to include all of those channels, okay? You don't pay an additional fee each time you add an additional OTA. I don't care who you use. It's all a part of that fee. Now, something else is a success plan, and I'll touch on this in a little bit, but basically what we're doing is we're having a dedicated representative do nothing but ensure that you're using the solution, software booking engine, gift certificates, OTAs, to its full potential. A lot of properties we work with that have even been with rezStream as a customer for 10 years still don't take advantage of the software to its full capacity or the booking engine. So we dedicate a resource to ensure that they help you become successful, right? So I'll dig into that a little bit here in a second. But hopefully what you guys are seeing here is not only are we helping you to increase revenue and showing you how and building features to do so, but we're also being mindful of the fees in which you pay and trying to roll that all into one and give you one bundled monthly price that doesn't change for unlimited usage of all of these things, okay? Very, very, very important here. Okay, the second poll question, back to the interaction. I'm curious to know this, and in speaking with properties it varies across the board, and you should see it in a question, but basically the question is what OTAs are you using? Now, what I typically find is you either use Expedia, or you use Booking.com, or you use both of them, or you've opened the door for a whole bunch of people. So that's the options that I'd like you to select from here. Do you only use Expedia? Or option 2, do you only use Booking.com? Or option 3, are using only both of those because they're the biggest players? Or is it some combination of everything in between? So I'm curious to see for you guys what it is that you're using out there. Now, if you're not using anything, don't pick any option. That's okay, because we'll see that result as well. If you're not using any OTAs, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That means you're generating business without having to rely on someone that wants to take 15 to 30% of the revenue from that reservation, and that's absolutely okay. Also something to think about there, shoulder seasons, group reservations, business travelers. That's where the OTAs can help out. So I'll give you about 5 more seconds, guys, to pick a choice here, or none at all. Okay, so I'm going to close that down. I'm going to share the results with you. So 13% said, I'm only using Expedia. I found that's the best choice for me, or that's the only choice I want at this time. Nobody's using Booking.com only. 38% of you are using both Expedia and Booking.com. You're playing with the 2 biggest OTAs in the industry, and you think that that's good enough. And then, interestingly enough, 50% of you are using some combination or others, whether that's Travelocity, Orbitz, Hotels.com, or other players that maybe don't tie into the Booking.com or Expedia channels. So that's absolutely interesting. Thank you so much for sharing. Moving on here. The third thing that I want to talk about with you guys today that the rezStream Cloud can do. So in recapping, we've covered how we can increase revenue. We've talked about how the solution or solutions are reducing cost for you because we're bundling everything. No more nickel and diming. This isn't the days of old for PMS vendors. So you shouldn't be getting nickeled and dimed by your vendor. If you are, push back. Push back. Let them know. Look at other solutions out there. The third thing to talk about here is simplifying. So how your life gets easier, right? How are we doing that through rezStream Cloud? Well, the first thing is remote access. If you currently aren't able to access your PMS from any device, like a cell phone, a tablet, laptop, whatever, then you're missing out. If you can't use certain products like Apple or Macs or Androids because your solution doesn't support those things, then that's a problem. If you can't use specific browsers, whether it's Safari or Chrome or Firefox, that's a problem. Your solution isn't good enough. You shouldn't have to change the browsers or devices that you want to use in order to access your reservation software remotely. So if that is the case, then I would strongly suggest that you consider some alternative options. It's 2016. You should not be limited by your PMS vendor solution, okay? Remote access is very important. You guys are tapped into your business, whether you're at the grocery store, you're driving home at night, you take a random vacation, bless your heart, being able to tap into your business is a positive thing in today's day and age, right? How are we simplifying things? The check-in and check-out process, okay? What exactly does that mean? Everyone checks in and checks out, so what are you doing differently in rezStream Cloud, Josh, that my PMS solution isn't doing, okay? I did research, okay? I looked at a dozen or so different reservation softwares, and I went through their check-in and check-out process. Based on my research, the average number of steps for a check-in process alone was about 12 steps. That's everything from finding their reservation, checking them in, taking payments, printing registration cards, etc., etc. Well, what we've done in rezStream Cloud, through our feedback, through our forums, through our clients' pushing, is we've simplified this process and we've gotten this down to 7 steps, okay? The average of my research was 12 steps for the check-in process. rezStream Cloud now offers 7 steps to accomplish this. So let me tell you how impactful that really is, because maybe you're saying, oh, 12 steps for 7, not that big of a deal, right? Well, I did a little bit of math, so follow along with me here. If you're a 15-room property that runs at, say, a 50% occupancy year-round, if you average a 2-night stay for every reservation, you'd have 1,372 reservations per year, okay? 2-night stay, 15-room property, 50% occupancy year-round. That's 1,372 reservations for the year, okay? If you were to say 5 steps, going from 12 steps down to 7 steps for every single one of those reservations, you'd save 6,862 steps per year. Almost 7,000 steps a year you would save. So when you look at one reservation and you say, oh, it's only 7 steps to check someone in versus 12, well, when you add that up for a whole year, that's monumental in time savings and simplifying your life. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Have you ever been checking people in and you have more than one person in line and you are progressing through your reservation software? You know your reservation software in and out. You do it every day, multiple times. Well, you just feel those eyes and lines staring at you. It almost feels like they're burning a hole through your soul because they think you're incompetent because it's taking so long and they're ready to start their experience at your property. You've all experienced that, right? Well, that's the idea behind simplifying your life with rezStream Cloud through that check-in process. No one's burning a hole through your soul anymore. No one's going to think you're incompetent because your reservation software has too many steps, okay? That's how we're simplifying your life. We talked about yield management, right? Automating the adjustment of your rates to take advantage of supply and demand, right? That's how we're simplifying your life. OTA management, we talked about that as well. Instead of managing multiple different channels and multiple different extranets, all of that can get managed within the reservation software, rezStream Cloud today. We're simplifying your life. Automatic emails, we talked about this as well. Automating the communication pre-arrival. We can even automate the communication post-arrival. Thank you for staying. Here's a promo code. If you book again within 90 days, you get 10% off. Thank you for staying. If you had a wonderful time, here's a link to our TripAdvisor review. Please leave us a nice review. All of those things that we're doing is to simplify your life, guys. Some of you are still changing the linens, doing laundry, checking people in and out, taking phone reservations, paying staff, doing the marketing yourself, social media, SEO, pay-per-click. You need your life simplified. That's what we've focused on our solution through feedback from properties just like you. Okay, this last one's important to me, very important to me. In my review of those reservation softwares that I referenced, what I found is there are more and more vendors coming into the industry today. So yay, good for you, right? Options are good for consumers. What I find is that these vendors are cutting corners. Whether they're building a new reservation software that's more modern compared to their old one, or whether they're new to the industry, they're cutting corners. And what do I mean by that? Our solution has the ability to be customized to meet your needs, whether it's based on the number of users, the user's permissions, the custom fields. You want to track certain things. Maybe you want to track second guest names, second guest emails, third guest names, their kids, their dogs, their favorite season within the year, their favorite sports team, because what differentiates you as a small property from the chain hotels and the guys in the suits is the personalization, right? It's your ability to make someone feel as if you know them intimately, you care about them, you're familiar with their interests, likes, dislikes, preferences. So by being able to customize these fields or the solution to meet your business's needs, that's what separates us from the competition. Very important for small independent lodging properties to personalize that experience, and we allow you to do that through our custom fields within our solution. Very, very powerful stuff. If your PMS doesn't do that today, maybe it's time you consider alternative solutions. And that doesn't just mean rezStream. Look out there, compare these people to each other, pick the solution that's best for your business, okay? rezStream does not want to sell our solution to everyone. We want to sell it to people that we're a good fit for, that need help increasing revenue, reducing operational costs, simplifying your day-to-day processes and procedures. That's what we're looking to make a difference for. Okay. How can we help? How can rezStream help in addition to the things that I've mentioned, okay? I'm very partial to this, and And the reason why I'm partial to this is because I've been working at rezStream for 8 years. And when I get the ability to speak with a property and learn the ins and outs of their business and consult for them and advise them, I'm making lifelong friends. I just sent a text message out to one of our customers today letting them know that we've got this new feature that he's been waiting for. I love having that intimate relationship with our customers. So what we created here at rezStream is what we refer to as a success plan. Okay? Let me give you an example. Tell me if you've heard of this before. You're evaluating reservation softwares. You find a vendor. You start interacting with that vendor. That vendor is the nicest person in the entire world. They're friendly. They're engaging. They take the time to learn about your business. They know you, right? Then you move forward with them. You sign on the dotted line. You agree to use their solution, right? Then what happens? You don't hear from them again because it's a salesperson. So the only person that you're interacting with now is a support person who may or may not be good about your job, who may or may not care, and who doesn't know anything about the conversation that's already been discussed. It's like you've been passed along, right? Well, when you work with that salesperson, it was engaging, it was awesome, it made you feel great, but then you don't hear from them anymore, right? How many of you have experienced that? All of you, I guarantee it. So what we created here at rezStream is what we call a success plan. It's a customer success plan. It starts on day one with our conversations with you through our customer success consultants, and it continues on through our customer success team. So a dedicated individual will learn your business inside and out intimately. It will learn about you and your preferences. This person will understand your pains, your challenges, your goals, and it will help maximize the usage of your reservation software, booking engine, third-party OTAs to help you meet those goals. This person will not wait for you to call them. They will be proactive and interact with you, and they will push you. They will push you. So instead of you making the excuses saying, I can't do that, I'm too busy, this person's going to say, you know what? Here's what I need. Here's what we're trying to accomplish. With your permission, I'll run with these things for you. Think of it as an additional resource, an extension of your business, someone to help you, to guide you, okay? rezStream has been doing this for over a decade. We've worked with thousands of properties, north, south, east, and west, okay? We're familiar with what is successful in a small independent lodging property. You know your business better than anyone ever will. You know your customers. You know what prices to offer. You know how to engage with them, okay? That is something that no one else will ever take away from you. But as a vendor who works with thousands of properties and have tried different marketing tactics, different directories, different OTAs, different promotions, packages, gift certificates, messaging, branding, we can use that knowledge and education and help you take your business to the next level. That's what a success plan is. That's what rezStream provides. There is not an additional fee. It's included in that bundled monthly price that we talked about. So we're offering something else that no one else does to help your business succeed based on your goals, your visions, your pain points, and it's included in that price. So how exactly do we do that? It starts with the vision. We talk, we learn about you, your goals, your pains. Then we put together a strategy and say, hey, here's how we're going to accomplish these things over the next 12 months. Here's what's going to happen. Then we execute, whether it's advising you on what to execute, whether you want our assistants to execute and help you, walk you through it, or whether you want to let us run with some things. We're going to help you implement things to execute that. And then, most importantly, we're going to evaluate the results. Did the yield management rules that we put in place work? Did the gift certificates work on the website? How are people engaging? Did the multiple calendars in the booking engine increase conversion rates that we're tracking? Oh, you don't have a tracking tool like Google Analytics? Let us help you set up and evaluate these things, right? Because just talking about it and executing it but not tracking it doesn't help us see if it's working. So by evaluating it, it then helps us improve upon the things that are not working so that we can make sure that they are working, or it helps us focus on the things that are working and put the pedal to the metal, per se, and speed those things up to help you increase revenue, reduce costs, and simplify your life, okay? Very proud about this offering. Hopefully this resonates with you guys. rezStream does not want to be ever known as the vendor that's really nice to you up until the point you buy, and then we don't really care from that point on. That's not how it works. We're looking for lifelong relationships. I literally still have our first 3 customers that ever bought rezStream. They're still customers today. That says something. That's powerful. That's a differentiator. Are we the best software in the world? Maybe, maybe not. Do we have all the features that you may need? Maybe, maybe not. But I guarantee you, no one is more passionate, no one goes the extra mile, and no one will help you better than rezStream will. That I can assure you. That's pretty powerful stuff, I think. How else can we help you guys? We offer a free trial of our reservation software. You can go here and try it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't take the testimonials that I've showed you today. Don't take the 98% satisfaction guarantee. You need to determine if the solution is good enough for you. Try it out, okay? If you don't want to try our software, if you're happy with who it is that you have today, I respect that. I'm not a used car salesman, okay? Something else that we've delivered for the industry to help out is a definitive guide to how to evaluate reservation software. Maybe you're in the market. Maybe you will be in the future. Maybe you just want to see if your solution is up to snuff. Download this definitive guide, which will walk you through how to evaluate your existing software or any software in the future. Okay, I'm not saying rezStream is the best fit for you, but this guide is an unbiased view of how to evaluate reservation software. So if you take nothing else away from today, please help yourself to downloading that guide. There is no fees for it. You just go in, put in your contact info, and we email it right out to you. And use this as a resource, whether it's today, a month from now, or 3 years from now. You will find value in this, I promise you. Okay. Wrapping it up here, give me something for my time is what I said. You guys have been nice enough to share your time with me to look at our company, our solution, and how we can increase revenue, reduce operational costs, and simplify your life. So as a thank you, if you evaluate our software, if you deem it's a good fit, if you decide to move forward, no pressure, then we will offer to you our solution for free until 2017. We are so confident that you will love our solution and find value in our company and our offerings and the way we approach things to help small independent lodging properties that we're willing to give it away at no cost to you for the rest of this year. It's just for you to try it out and see for yourself. So I think that's pretty exciting. Hopefully people do as well. Okay, last slide here. This is the end. Thank you so much for your time. If you need to get in touch with me, it doesn't mean you have to buy anything. If you have questions, if you want second eyes on something, if you want me to evaluate something, consult with you, please lean on me. I absolutely love what it is that I do for a living. I love to help people, and that does not mean that you have to spend money in order to receive that help. We put out a lot of education through our blog, guys. It's non-intrusive. We have a newsletter. It goes out once a month. It's about it's about industry knowledge. It's not about rezStream. It's not us pushing products and services down your throat. That's not how we operate, okay? We're all about education here. We're trying to empower you to be better at what it is that you do for a living, because we are as passionate as you are. That's how this company is created and why we're here, because of our founders having their own property. Okay, our next bit of education comes on October 27th. Lyles is going to be doing a webinar on 10 ways your website is driving customers away. So are you doing any of those 10 things? Sign up for the webinar and learn. As usual, if you cannot attend a webinar, we record all of them and then post them on our website for you guys to review at a later point in time when it's more convenient for you. So thank you so much for your attendance today. Thank you for spending your time. Hopefully you've taken many things away from this, and I appreciate it. And again, if we can help in any way, please do reach out. Thank you guys so much for your time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.